Coming in with the stand-in, they've been doing decently so far, but Monte are a team that have really flown under the radar. They've been doing well at this event. We get straight into Anubis. The map pick of Monte, they get to start on the CT side. Utility pretty decent for Cloud9. They've also got that P250 out for Shiro. I do love the double dualies for Monte though. A lot of close angles you can use on this map. Cloud9 very happy to just take their time though, feel out this pistol round.
I think this is Monte's series to lose. The vacuum of this series, I think this is advantage Monte, honestly. The way they've been playing. It won't be theirs on this occasion though. There's the opening frag for Cloud9. 60 seconds remain. They'll have some denial of information. Krasner will try and find some info. But where will these Cloud9 players collapse? Which bomb site will it be? It's a question for Monte to answer. Pushing the A bomb site behind the smoke on B. Buster will hold that rotation. Traded eventually, but he's done his job. 4v2 as the bomb is planted. Bro behind the smoke. Great comments there from the coach as well, just giving Bro the bigger picture. Allowing him to be more accepting of that loss earlier on. There'll be a loss in the pistol round as well. Cloud9 will start off with the pistol on the T side.
Good start from Cloud9. Electronic getting a couple of important entries there in the pistol. Got that initial kill onto SDY, who was in a very vulnerable spot. And then this CT aggression. It worked out okay for a one-for-one trade, but they were so far gone on this other bomb site. Cloud9 getting so much map control there. And I think it is great for Monte. You were pointing out they have a couple more experienced heads in the mix. LMBT especially will help out some of these younger players. And then SDY also now with a bit of experience. Heard LMBT talk about how important it is to have him as the calming voice of the team.
It sounds like a good environment to have a close but heavy loss. Mentally heavy. It's a good environment to lose in and grow from, as opposed to lose in and be swallowed by negativity. And that is part of the growth process. Failure. Opting for a full spy in round 2 Monte. No money left in the hole for a sniper. Full investment from the whole squad. Love seeing some Anubis. Not as common as we might have liked just yet, but hopefully it's growing. These deagles will be dangerous. One spotted for Hobbit. Trying to control the space, see if that HE connects. Oh, all right then, Monte with a flurry of frags on the B bomb site. No response then. Rifles to be collected, numbers advantage, but no one's on the A bomb site, save for Buster. There's a lot of work for Cloud9 to do, and that bomb's going to have a nervous rotation. Monte will collect a Galil at the very least.
The bomb.
Indeed, I don't think Shiro makes it. Look at all the targets. Buster now has got to win by elimination, 16 seconds, but that's not happening either. How about that? A flurry of frags from Monte. Turn this one on its head.
That's a crazy round win for Monte. And it's that man, Bro. This guy seems so good in these second round 4 spies with the pistols. We saw him win a 1v3 with a 5-7 the other day. This time it's his Deeg, which just delivers body shots, just spams away. The attention drawn away from Bro. He got the headshot first.
Oh boy.
And then Perfecto not able to trade. Look at all these players. 3 CTs lying in wait. Even with Shiro landing a quick shot, he is instantly dealt with. What a reply from Monte.
Ready for those gritty rounds are Monte. Plenty of util with these rifles as well. A lot of Cloud9 players on the way though. Boro gets his bell rung, looking beyond the angle. Early challenges for Monte in round 3 then.
Yeah, they'll hold on to the control with the rotate coming in. But that is now 3 rounds in a row where Cloud9 have found that opening kill towards mid. That's something that Monte have got to get figured out in future rounds. For the time being though, It is Cloud9 grouping back up outside A. Demka has not had much action there so far. He's 0-1. He's been a passenger up until this point. He might be called upon here, but Monte have actually just left that A bomb site. They went investigating into mid. They seem to have got enough info now to rotate both those players back to the A site, though.
Demka's got a lot to do. Great transfer from Demka, really neutralizing this push from Cloud9. See how much Perfecto can do. 40 seconds will feel like a fair amount of time. He'll put up a smoke to isolate some fights. Maybe that'll help the CTs close in on things here. 3 versus 1 for them. Looking for a flank that's never going to come. Monte are huddled together. 20 seconds remain for Perfecto. What is the play? Might be a hero rifle situation at this point. Hoping to be given something, but Monte, well, starting to move now. See the bomb still on the floor. They're hunting. They think he's saving. How much damage can he do? He'll be traded by Bro. None other than 4-1 is Bro early on for Monte. Confident start from him.
It is ridiculous. The Bro pickup is crazy. I actually can't believe he has been so good for Monte so quickly, because there was very little hype about him when he was on Astralis Talent. Honestly, a lot of people did not even really rate the Astralis Talent lineup at all. They kind of said none of these players are going to be able to make it. Astralis aren't going to be able to get them on the main roster. But Bro is coming into Monte and showing that he's a player that's capable at this top level.
Sometimes you do have to find the right team, especially if you're in a format like that where you'll join a team and you're rarely going to get the roles unless you're utterly exceptional from the get-go and undeniable. You may not get the roles that you will excel in. So perhaps it is about finding the right team sometimes.
Now this has turned into a great start for Monte. Even though they lost the pistol, this will be a cleanup. Always good to see Waro making money for that. Or he wants the ace, he'll get it with the MP9. And that means he is farming cash. That has got to be a great feeling as an AWPer to have $8,000 in the bank before the first gun round.
Must be nice. AK's coming out for Cloud9 then. Game will feel like it really begins now, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'll definitely be keeping an eye on mid here, because now Monte will have utility. I'm interested if Cloud9 still try and put pressure on there early, because they were finding a lot of openings at mid. But I assume now Monte's counter utility might deny that.
There's the early smoke from Monte. Cloud9 don't have perfect utility here, but they have plenty, they have enough. AKs are always a good equalizer. Oh, the timing for Demka, utterly perfect. Waro covering his back as well. Rough start for Cloud9 early on Anubis. Great timing from Sumdai Young. Bro will see enough. Again, not wanting to engage. They're holding on to their advantage. They don't need to fight to the death in these scenarios. Use their util to burn as much time as possible. Bro's still sitting on a smoke as well as we head to that minute mark. 3 players on that B bomb site. Cloud9 stuck outside for now. Electronic moving in for a pinch, however. And what will the timing be like for Bro and this smoke grenade? Kratz not getting dropped. He better deploy that quickly. He will. Cloud9 have to gamble here. Do they send it through this? That window's gone. Waro has an off angle with that AWP. Demka cleans out Electronic. They start to creep now. It's a shooting gallery for Monte in round 5.
Very comfortable here for Monte. I think we're seeing more teams figure out how to manage that CT aggression. Shiro only able to find one. They managed to swarm that final man. And so Monte off to an excellent start here. A 4-1 lead. They keep a Cloud9 economy low. But yeah, that CT aggression out through A. I mean, really, it comes down to the timing of that first fight, right? Buster looks away at the wrong time.
What an angle.
Maybe a little frustrating for Cloud9 here. You're on your opponent's pick, you think you're going to get that good start, maybe make Monte have a bit of pressure on them early, but that is not the case whatsoever. Monte looking very comfortable right now.
Those Tech 9s that we all love. They're back in the hands of Cloud9. Very limited util. But again, it's all about closing the distance. And Tech9s will do God's work afterwards. Sound Q's not giving up just yet, but Monte being careful, giving more range. Now, if they send it, let's see what the approach will be. Demka loses his angle. Warro's here with the AWP as well. Really got to have Demka protect Warro. Make sure that AWP is not picked up. That would be disastrous. Going for the transfer, and we've got 2. Make it 3 frags. This turns around very quickly indeed. Perfecto and a Desert Eagle delivering. Big duel for Krasnal. He has to be the bait now as Bro has a quick jump peek. Cloud9 have the information, and that's an expensive peek from Bro. They're in so much trouble. These Deagles are enough. They are plenty in this scenario. 46 and 29 HP, waiting for that smoke to go. Krasnal's the man with the kit. There's one on the floor as well. Moving forward, Shiro and Perfecto. Shiro has to stay alive. How can they possibly find success here? Shiro by the pillar, killing so much time. Krasnal moving forward now. He's got to find this kill quickly, but Shiro will dance around the pillar. Is there time to defuse this? It is going to be extremely close. Oh, just about. That has to be a terrifying round for Monte. The damage done by Cloud9, though, is exceptional. Krasnal with 2 HP at the end.
Yeah, that was crazy close. Once you get onto this A site, you can do pretty good work in the post plant. You see that pillar position Shiro's playing. A lot of players and a lot of AWPers love to get there because you can just buy a lot of time. That pillar gives you just enough cover that you can pretty easily isolate angles. You see Shiro nearly doing enough, but Krasnal, credit to him, gets his first kills on the board to secure a 5th round for Monte, and now it is back to that mid-aggression. This was working earlier. The flash forces SDY back, but he's still in a precarious position here.
Help is on the way, getting tagged through the door though, getting his bell rung, and that help will never come in time. Some Dayang stuck. Might think twice about that one next time. Warro's got some work to do now, because there's an early advantage for Cloud9. Map control, 5-on-4. Things looking good for them. They've got boatloads of utility as well. Monte may try to force them back. There are sound cues, but there's also 2 Cloud9 players. They've only heard 1 from that molly. See Demka trying to make something happen here. Maybe a brief stalemate, though. Monte feeling stretched already with these 4 players. Have a look towards B on the radar. They'll feel compelled to try and find an advantage somewhere. They'll be spread too thin otherwise. That flash will certainly be heard by Cloud9. That might be the green light for them to make plays elsewhere. Only Demka anywhere close to that A bomb site, as mid is firmly in the control of Cloud9. And here comes that pinch off that bomb site. Through the smoke they go. Demka finds a second, but can't finish him off. Hobbit with 14 HP will hold position with that incendiary.
Nade. Oh, it doesn't go onto the site. I thought they knew Hobbit was low, but apparently not. And now this retake, very difficult on these tight angles.
Krasnal, no sound cues for him with the incendiary. Look at the angle from Hobbit, that is so oppressive. So many sound cues as well. He swings around, they're looking for that trade fragger. Can he get a reload in safely? He can. Perfecto and Bustin', there are more CTs. And down they go, leaving Warro to save the AWP. Very difficult retake situation for Monte, and this time it won't work out for them.
Yeah, really tough retake from the positions that Monte were in. But credit to Cloud9 for the way they played that post plant. You see Hobbit just tucks into that corner. He knows that once he gets contact, those CTs are committed into the open. And even though they did kind of let Hobbit go down without trading him, they realized they'd bought a good amount of time. And the other players could emerge from their separate angles.
SDY was in so much trouble behind that door. Looked like he didn't think he had the time to risk falling further back. And rotation was never going to save him at that point. Great angles from Cloud9. Finding their second round.
Yeah, that is where Cloud9 are finding most of their success, I feel. That mid position, they're getting that kill on quite a few occasions now. I wonder if at any point Monte fall back into a more passive mid hold where you could just put 2 players towards A, 3 towards B, and kind of try and manage mid from further back. You can give away that mid position as long as you control the rotations between the bomb sites. We'll see if they do decide to change their approach though. It's working out okay so far for Monte, but Cloud9 might have found their way in.
Demka's been quiet so far. Still got that level of respect for the opponent. Once they feel like they're more in charge, Monte, then we'll see if the Demka scale starts to rise. Hobbit avoids. He didn't give a single sound cue away whatsoever. There's a flashbang for him, but Krasnal will stop the trade from happening. Waro will deliver as well. 2 remain for Cloud9, and Krasnal has the time to smoke off the choke point. Beautiful work from him. Waro sees one retreat. They won't chase though. Such an important second kill for Krasnal. Lovely opportunist play from Hobbit, not working in his favor on this occasion though.
Yeah, you saw that T-side smoke is put down a little further in the choke point to make it so that Hobbit can get into a decent position towards the site before he gets spotted. But Kraz now in a great position to line up that multi-kill. And I think that's because Monte is starting with this 3B setup, and that's going to be quite hard to break, even if you get the initial entry. You've got to do very good work to overcome it.
That bomb is firmly lost, as is Buster in round 8. Perfecto 1v4. He's been here the entire time. Another situation where many gambles have to be made. None of them paying off for Cloud9 on this occasion. So Monte are building something good for the time being on this CT side. This could prove expensive for them. Waro will stop the bleeding with the trade. 3 survivors, they move to a 6-2 scoreline. There's money for Cloud9, they can keep the pressure on. It may just be about a question of if they can break Monte and what they can do afterwards, should that happen. This is such a narrow situation though. If Krasnal gets traded there, then Waro's got a lot more work to do. It's been dependable so far though. Quite a few frags for Waro. He's 12 for 4 on Anubis.
Waro has been really good at this event. I wasn't sure whether Waro was someone who was always going to be good online, but maybe wasn't going to be able to adapt to LAN play. Felt like at his first few LANs, he was fine, but you don't want your AWPer to be fine. You want your AWPer to be good or great. And he's been great at this event. He's been winning clutches, he's been constantly involved. Saw in that previous round, I think the problem was if Hobbit gets that entry a little faster, a little cleaner, they don't have to line up, because the second player was also trying to help Hobbit out on that fight. And that's why Krasnal was able to line up the multi-kill. Electronic is down to a Tech 9, but other than that, no issues on the Cloud9 side. Would like to see a little more from csgo at this event. We've seen Hobbit as the highest rated player for Cloud9 so far. And speaking of the man, he delivers. A little gap in that smoke. Again, that same T-side smoke allows you to try and work those entries. This time, Hobbit does it from a safer position.
You guys saw that nuisance smoke from Cloud9 in the mid position as well. Stop CTs hiding behind it because the legs would be showing. Definitely want to pick up from the demo. A lot of presence for Cloud9 across the map then. What can Monte do to find out where they are? Well, Monsieur Bro has a plan. He'll find a lurker, at least. Look at the confidence to make a play towards the stairs immediately, and now things start to speed up. Electronic dropped as well. Dayan getting some revenge for the earlier shots through the door. 3-on-3, noise cut again. 40 seconds on the clock. Bomb still in possession of Cloud9, in the hands of csgo. Bro is on the move once again. Back towards B. Waro is the only man of util towards that A bomb site, so these choke points will be wide open. 25 seconds though. It's nervous for both squads. One mistake could prove fatal, especially if you move into one of the snipers. Waro's though holding down 2 jobs. No grenades, no clue, no warning. The sound cues, the 180 is here. They're lining up for him. Just the one though, but he has the info. Dayan could play off of that, holding off angles for now. Again, that bomb plant pressure. That's a perfect frag. There's no time for csgo. 1v2. He's not going to get these kills. Monte moved to 7.
Oh, csgo does get the kills after time. That was important because if he goes down there, his money would have been bad. That was a very extended spray, but just about got those frags. But yeah, not the round. Monte go a man down early, and they find the mid-round aggression. it feels like whenever Monte go down in the 4v5, they're going to make a play. They're going to make a proactive move. And I love that Bro finds that player in the back. It's a big risk to take, but you saw how much stress it caused Cloud9. They couldn't get onto a bomb site quickly enough. And maybe pace is the answer for Cloud9 here. They're all grouped to A early. But Monte's setup is pretty good against this. It's 2 on A, including that AWP of Waro.
Yeah, there's a bait setup. You can see Demka playing in the corner, anti-flash. Waro will be the initial engager. Spots the elbow, easy frag for him. 4 on 4 though will favor Cloud9. Again, we saw how thin they were spread last time. Perfecto will make it even worse. Bro hiding behind the smoke for the time being. They're both low. Switching for the rifle, trying to get out of those flames. We can see where Cloud9 are gravitating, but Buster is standing alone, and he is carrying something very important indeed. But this angle is so oppressive. Surely he sees the barrel of the gun first. It's a free kill for Waro. Did he press the wrong button? Oh, he's switching up for the rifle, but it's a complete mess for him. I don't think he sees the bomb in the kill cam either. Monte have lost position. Towards the end of the last round, I got to say, there was a big focus from Monte with those last 2 players once time ran out on taking that last rifle away. But you have to wonder if it made more sense for them to prioritize their own economy, because they were lacking grenades. They had an auto shotgun in this one. So maybe that would have been a consideration. This is quite a big problem for them now, as this one slips out of their hands.
Yeah, it's a great point. Bro might even have to save. I think there is a rifle in this position that he can upgrade to, but it might be oh, maybe there isn't. One of his teammates died here. Either way, oh, it's risky to get that. It's a little risky.
He'll do it.
I think he should, but okay, it's all good.
No way he's not going for that. No way.
It's all good. Just wondering if Cloud9 were going to be holding that angle, but nope, he's fine. Yeah, this is the first time this mid-round aggression from Monte just hasn't gone their way.
It's the timing. He switches weapon and Buster shoots his AWP into the sky. Sent him to the space program as well. But yeah, it was interesting trying to finish off Shiro in that 2v1. Heavy losses in that round. Interesting magnifying glass on their priorities in these rounds, Monte. There'll be a timeout from them as they discuss the way forward. It will be a difficult way forward for them in this one. But we've seen them win unlikely rounds already, and perhaps this will be another one of them. Now, Cloud9 obviously will have the full util, all the bits and bobs they want. What kind of pace will they have, though? Will they give Monte the space to go and make a play and respond to it in a safer situation?
Seeing a lot of these similar setups from Monte. This time that changes, though. They were playing 3 on B, 1 mid, 1 A in a lot of rounds, but they have been switching up a little. Waro has had a bit of freedom when he's had that AWP. This time we've got 2 on mid. So maybe Monte trying to see... Oh! Well, trying to see too much, apparently.
Looks like Cloud9 are playing containment at the beginning of this one then. Just making sure there are no shenanigans from Monte. It's a great way to make things even worse with that headshot through the smoke.
It's Electronic's 4th opening kill in 11 rounds. I feel like all of them have been mid as well. A lot of them. That is one surprising thing. Cloud9 have been winning more of the opening duels on this map so far. But Monte always seem to have a way back in, either with trades or mid-round aggression. Is that the case in this round, though? Here is some of that mid-round aggression. Bro moving into mid. Electronic currently isolated. He will find another frag, though. And even if Bro gets this trade, oh, he can't find it! Finally, Krasnow puts Electronic down, but Electronic has just done so much work there.
Great patience from Cloud9. Just waiting things out, looking for any tricks from Monte. Good discipline from the squad. Made things easy towards the end of the round. It's a rough situation for Monte now. This is what we were looking for earlier on. If Cloud9 can break Monte, then what kind of a run can they go on in this first half? We'll witness the beginnings of it now. It'll be dangerous in the next one, though, if these rifles survive. So the job's not completely done just yet, but again, that was a great example of being aware of any funky plays that might be coming your way. Didn't see too much of it from Monte on that occasion.
We heard the desk mention that Cloud9 obviously playing here with a stand-in. They've got Buster instead of Axile. And so they were wondering whether Monte would try and stretch Cloud9's map pool, maybe make them play a map they hadn't played so far. But this Anubis pick is a map that Cloud9 have played twice here at Cologne. They did lose against Fnatic, but they got that win against 9, and Buster got a big clutch in that overtime win for them against 9.
Damn.
I don't even
Solid burst.
Don't even want to think about that one.
The third kill as well.
Yeah, I thought Bro,
coming to this one sharp.
Thought Bro might have had him there, but the body shot's enough for Electronic.
So Monte have got to keep their money together for their full buy round, so there's not too much investment they can make around these two rifles. You'll see they're all on around $2,000. SDY spent a bit more and he's made it pay immediately. Wow. Talk about dividends. 2 massive frags in mid. Shiro can't really stand around and dispose of these rifles either, so things could get even worse for Cloud9.
Hobbit's got to be ready to hold these players off. They're closing the distance a little quicker than he expected, but he's got Shiro to help him. And maybe Cloud9 will still be able to manage this round despite SDY's best efforts.
Lightning fast with the 5-7.
I love the 5-7.
This is a losable round for Cloud9, even with the damage they've done. Buster's going through the A bomb site though to clear it. Shiro's just being careful, caught off on the rotation before, maybe more hesitant to move alone. We'll be joining Hobbit soon. That might give time for Demka and Bro to make a play somewhere. Holding their current positions is perfectly fine as well. Bro can absolutely journey towards mid and try and rescue something once this bomb is planted. With only the USP, but I like how explosive that was. I think we're in for a good series with these two squads.
I agree. Especially now Monte, they've got a nice mix, I think, of their structured play, but they also know when they need to take some risks. And even just the players on Monte, like sure, the name value isn't massive on these guys, but we've seen teams recently be on the rise, and a player like Waro can definitely frag on this level. We've seen it. SDY certainly can deliver. Monte, a team that really have flown under the radar heading into this event, but they've been playing really solid Counter-Strike. They proved that losing Boros wasn't going to be an issue for them. If anything, it's opened up a new style of play. We see this new look Cloud9 getting used to each other. I know that Shiro seems like a quiet guy sometimes because we don't get to hear him in interviews much. I don't think his English is 100% proficient, but he's a very vocal player. All the Cloud9 players say he's very vocal for this team. He'll provide a lot of ideas, which is exactly what you want from your AWPer.
I love watching Shiro on the cams when one of his teammates has done something utterly insane.
Yeah.
Can absolutely read it on his face. It's amazing. But anyway,
I love that.
Maybe that'll come later on. Very talented man, Shiro. Very accomplished man in Hobbit.
Yeah, I saw he had the Tech 9 out earlier with the Gambit stickers on it. I still remember that 3K from Hobbit in Inferno Pit at the Major. Oh. If you haven't seen that, go and watch it when we get a break. That is a great fight for Bro, the AK and Krasnow alongside him. These two are combining fantastically on this B site. And Cloud9 needs something special to come back into this round.
I thought Monte were going to push for a second there. I like smoke. I think Hobbit may have had an angle for it, though. He'll be a non-believer. Monte are closing this net around Cloud9, standing the ground for the time being. Again, even if they are to lose the round of the money they've got, especially Electronic aside, do they go for damage? They could keep Monte on the back foot if they keep them spending money at the beginning of the round. But look at Bro and Krasnor's angles. That might be quite difficult with only 2 players. There's a meaty HE though that you could land in this area, but do you really want to telegraph your position when there's only 2 of you? Probably not. Looks like they might stand their ground. Buster will hold on to his AK at least. Monte moves to 8 then. Good start from Monte, but after 3 rounds in a row from Cloud9, Monte will be back trying to head to 10 rounds.
Yeah, you've got to remember though, Anubis, when it first came out, it was really quite T-sided. I remember seeing some like 14-1 comebacks on this map. Now it's still slightly T-sided according to the stats. So it poses an interesting problem for the CTs sometimes, trying to play a map where they're not actually favored according to the stats. And that means that Monte already having 8 CT rounds is pretty solid for them. If they could get 1 or 2 more, it would put them in great shape. Smoke down for Demka. See a lot of these A players playing forward early when they have utility. Then they might slink back to the site later and force the Ts to use some nades or make some noise to reclaim that control. Cloud9 very happy with this slow style of play though. You can see on their utility they've used not too many nades in this one. They're waiting for Monte to make the first move, and Hobbit has been pretty solid outside B so far. He's got to be ready for these players. They haven't spotted anything, so they'll fall back, and that might allow them to adjust their setup accordingly.
So Shiro flashed into that angle on mid. So we can have control of that. Cost Monte util to sort that situation out. On the subject of util, we've got 2 counter flashes and a smoke. Some kits here and there, but man, just waiting for Monte to look for that information and then punishing them for their insolence. Shiro is the bomb carrier though, so that will be spotted towards the A bomb site. Cloud9 though are going to collapse on this one, and there's going to be big problems. We can see Krasnor making his way towards mid, currently smoked off though. Can't really help his teammates, trying to slow down that push. Electronic is so ready for these duels. Demka has got 3 players coming his way. 20 seconds for that bomb to get planted. Krasnor with a big headshot, but that bomb will get planted regardless. 3 versus 2 post-plant for Cloud9. And Bro's coming in from the back, and it'll just be down to Bro now. He's got a kit and an AK-47. But Perfecto's got the angle as the HE comes in, and Cloud9 find themselves at 6.
God, Electronic's aim is so good. You sometimes forget he's the in-game leader of this team. That micro adjustment was excellent. And Shiro getting the read on Waro as well, that's big. Look at that flick though. Gets dinked, doesn't matter. And as soon as you get that first kill, that final player on the site is getting pushed from multiple angles. It's only a matter of time before that second domino falls. Last round of the half. Cloud9 coming back into this one. Monte still with a buy. And Cloud9 again with that spread out default across the map. I'll wait to see if Monte try any of their aggressive CT maneuvers. Ooh, nice nade just landed onto Perfecto. That's a very common nade. You can throw through those A windows. Perfecto wants one back, but not quite as lucky.
So difficult to play for info on the CT side.
Yeah, it feels quite all in, right, if you push any position on this map.
Yeah, but they play so late as well. You think, all right, it's late enough to have a look. No, still waiting for you.
Yeah.
Very, very hard indeed. Still, though, 8 rounds for Monte. Potential 9th as we are at that last round of the first half.
Look at Monte converging on mid. They really want to deny this position.
Taking some risks around mid just at the end. Great flash Electronic dealt with. He's been such a problem for them. But Hobbit will fill that gap, fill the vacuum created by the CTs. They'll abandon mid for the time being, and maybe Hobbit can make a play. He could be the playmaker for the remainder of this round. 25 seconds, he's got to get his skates on.
The whole team do. They're setting up utility. They're sneaking up towards this B bomb site. Hobbit might not be able to get in behind quickly enough here. Krasnor looks for the fight, but Buster wins it. And Monte need to get back to B. They're playing passive right now, and they're going to allow this bomb to be planted.
Waro is being flanked by Hobbit. They almost collided in mid, and the bomb plant is successful. Shiro saves. 2 versus 4. Demka, oh, the double scoping obscures his vision, and maybe there's a chance for Monte. SDY with the remaining kit. Creeping through the site, Perfecto will spot him, and he's not long for this while. Demka now 1v3. Buster, too many men, too many angles. One round between the squads. Cloud9 with the last one, who takes the pistol once again. There'll be 7 pistols on the 5 players. Waro 14 for 10. Had a great half, but his work isn't finished. Pretty close between these squads. All goes quiet. Waiting for these T's to make their play. Or maybe not. They're itching for some action in this mid position. There's the shadow. There's the flashbang. That could be nasty. Warriors waiting for it, though. C9 haven't seen around the corner just yet, but they will peek fully eventually. Now it's time to rotate into the A-bomb site. Monte go. They've run distraction in mid and abused it. Maybe they saw this coming. Bro coming through now. Bro in that mid position. He's bound 3. That's a great start to the pistol, but there's still a chance for C9.
It's a slim one, though. No kit for them as they come back into this. Shiro finds a fight, but these dualies not favored at that range. Hobbit will have to do something, but Waro denies. And what a pistol round that is from Monte. Bro coming in with huge impact on that mid position. And most impressively, Monte were prepared for that flash that came in. Waro seems like he's got a really good read right now on how Cloud9 are going to play. The fact that he's just ready to instantly duck away. Then there were some hectic comms I could hear below, but they quickly realized that that bomb site's clear. And that is ridiculous from Bro. This guy always seems to get more than you would expect out of those sorts of positions.
If that replay, though, looked like he just emerged from chaos. Just CT's running in all directions and still delivering 3 of the kills. So many targets. He's 21 years old, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to double check that.
Always worth double checking. We've got the 4 spy from Cloud9.
Yeah, because we talk about young players and so on.
Yeah.
We've got like 16-year-olds out here.
I know.
Fragging as well. Maybe young and experienced. Young on his career path, on his journey.
Ooh. Dangerous game to get that info in mid. There is a big stack in place. Electronic goes past those 2 players, but he goes back with the 5-7. SDY should win that fight with the MAC-10. And here comes Demka in from behind. These MAC-10s doing good work, but Perfecto puts one of them down. It is still an advantage for Monte, but maybe some small chances still for Cloud9. The bomb is here. The bomb is here. Oh, but Bro might be okay now, doing big damage. Forces Hobbit back, and he will be safe onto the site.
Got to be real careful about your positions. Krasnal covering. I'm liking what we've been offered by Monte early in this half. Very curious to see how things will look once the buy round has come in. Perfecto's got himself an AK-47. I love how Electronic's all about this mid position, though. We'll see if he can be as effective, as impactful on the CT side as he was in some of these T rounds.
Oh, Hobbit's going to be sad about that one. It was just so low that Demka could spin it around on towards him. Well then, Monte looking very good right now. 10 rounds for them. This is their map pick, but it's a map that Cloud9 are no strangers to. And again, you're just seeing how well prepared this Monte team look like they are coming into this event. I've really enjoyed the SDY career path after leaving Na'Vi. Like hearing the interviews where he would just constantly say the mood and the atmosphere is so much better in this team. It's just much more suited to what SDY wants. I think you could see he wants a team that are going to make him be comfortable. And he's taken on a real leadership figure in this Monte team. Almost like learning from those issues he had on Na'Vi and teaching these new players the way he wants to work as a team. This nade from Electronic could be nice. Oh, I think it's a little late, though.
Is it going off the top? No, it's going further. Safety in numbers, gang mentality for Monte. It would be very interesting to see how they cope with an appearance at the Lanxess. One of the most imposing venues in the circuit, if not the most. Even as a commentator, when I went there and saw all the looming chairs, it was a moment.
It's also a real privilege to play there now. Only 6 teams make it to playoffs. I don't think Cloud9 have been there before, some of these players. Pretty sure Shiro and a bunch of the others haven't made it before. Certainly didn't make it last year.
It is a moment you never forget. And that will be true for one of these squads. Electronic coming in. Not finding much of anything. Shiro could get some headshots here. He could get some headshots here.
Oh,
just get the one. A chance for more damage. But Monte will survive with 3. On the T side, they're looking good. They'll be happy with what's happened so far. But now the buy comes through. Now Shiro's going to have to AWP on the CT side. He'll be looking to be a menace. It won't just be Electronic who's trying to be a problem in this round. Cloud9 will be well equipped on the utility.
Yeah, we know that Shiro can be quite a conservative AWPer, but I would really like to see him continue to deliver here. Normally so good on the stats because of his playstyle, but has not been as good as we would expect here at this event. Now Monte taking a very different approach to Cloud9 on their T side. Cloud9 were going for a lot of spreads, a lot of defaults. Monte are all grouped early into B.
Love the timing of that grenade juggle for the T side. Let's see if it pays off. The Hobbit is so blind. Down he goes. Perfecto manages to get 1 kill. Trying to stay alive now. Trying to reposition as Monte encroach on the B-bomb site. Electronic is here with Perfecto. Bomb is planted. A great execute so far for Monte. One last smoke to deploy as well to buy them some extra time. 4-on-4 retake territory for Cloud9. They're all here. Perfecto's the one with the kit though. See them organizing. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. That is not a good omen for the remainder of this round. Edging forward. This looks like it's going to be really expensive for Cloud9. They've got 2 kills there, but that bomb is so far ticked. Perfecto's the one who needs to get on it. The smoke is up. They're trying to cover as best they can. Perfecto drops. Great shot from Waro, and that's a wrap for this round. Monte moved to 12.
That bomb looked like it was planted on the far side. I thought the T's were going to have some problems there, but they fight before Cloud9 can get anywhere near that bomb. Waro lands that final shot, which secures it. And I was really wondering whether Cloud9 would just decide to save there. With such little time left in that 4v4, I thought that might be the decision. Credit to Monte, though. Those chain flashes onto the site were fantastic. You saw initially, Hobbit was just staring at the pillar, because if you're looking at a wall, you can't get flashed. But once the first flash came, he tried to peek, and the second flash was beautifully timed. I'm pretty sure it blinded both defenders on the bomb site. It allowed Monte to get onto that site so soon. Cloud9 unable to deal with the early set play from Monte. And Monte set for success on this map right now. A 12-7 lead. And with Cloud9 going for that retake so heavily, their buy is compromised in this one.
Demka fully focused at present. No screaming at these comrades for now. Looking tough for Cloud9 already. I think the urgency's pretty high. It's a great shadow though, but Electronic is not rewarded on this occasion. There's a trade from Krasnal. 4-on-3 is fantastic for Monte. Hobbit alone on B with the CZ. Buster and Shiro together on A. Lots of time for Monte. Starting to wonder if they can be stopped in this half of Anubis. Every round so far on the T side, and this one looks pretty good as well. Hobbit off to get a bit closer to mid. We'll see if he goes for a peek. would be a painful one. As we can see, Cloud9 not the only team willing to play a slow round and wait for you to try and find some info. Krasnal will be well covered. Hobbit not taking the bait just yet, but he's hungry. Good adjustment from Warrior before firing there. Make sure he landed that shot. The numbers will continue to dwindle, but what about the remaining two? 30 seconds on the clock, and now you start to get nervous about what might happen. Shiro knows there might be opportunity, it might be worth going towards both sites. Buster with the AK hiding behind the pillar. Could steal a round away here. But Demka is coming in on that flank. 14 seconds to plumb the bomb, and Buster's emerged. No one's planting. Someone's going to go on his bomb plant. He might have done enough now. Shiro's got the angle. Oh, he's got the angle. He's got him off the bomb plant, and that's a wrap. It's a robbery, the slowest robbery I've ever seen. Oh, man. Monte had all the advantages, but played it out a little too slow there. They should not be losing a round like that. This was a shutout in this half so far. We've seen few buy rounds from Cloud9, but it's the jumble sale buy that takes Monte.
I mean, you see the power of this position again, and Shiro, credit to him, takes a little extra time before pulling the trigger to make sure the time is as low as possible.
Yep, there's mad face palming going on. That's a team ace of face palming right there. Not a stat we normally measure. Oh dear. Well, at least they have a buffer to play with, Monte. If the score was the other way around, it could be more devastating. In they go, though. A chance for another execute. See how deep they could go on Anubis when the chips are down. So much flame on the bomb site, though. They'll still continue to stream in with these smokes up. 3 on 4. They need to find more frags and quickly. Krasnal going for the bomb plant, though. And making it. Perfecto is here. Oh, dear. 2 AKs in the hands of Monte. And now just 1. SDY, question of damage perhaps at this point. Looking for a flank, seeing nothing just yet. Little jiggle from Shiro. SDY doesn't have the angle. Dry peek from him though. Just the 2 frags for Monte in that round. Cloud9 will move to 9.
You see everyone from Cloud9 lining up in the 3-on-1 to peek as soon as the shots are fired towards that player defusing. You can peek from both sides and it becomes impossible for SDY to win that round. This time the flashes were dodged by Cloud9. That was the difference. They don't get blinded initially. They have a slightly different setup.
Oh, that's awkward.
Jeez. Good adjustment though from Electronic. We do have a hero AK out on the Monte side, but man, that earlier round loss, you wonder whether that could be a turning point on this map. It was looking so good for Monte. Now suddenly Cloud9 are right back in this one.
Yeah, it felt to me like Monte should be winning this one. But an opportunity like that has to spur Cloud9 on. Just give them an extra gear.
I don't know if I love this against the weak buy from Electronic. He's getting assistance now, though.
He does not care. He just wants to be close to mid. It's his comfort place, and he is ready for the spray downs. Perfecto to help. Great round for Cloud9. Suddenly, the deficit is just 2 rounds.
Yeah, if
it's just 1 full buy if there's no plan.
No, yeah, absolutely. If Electronic was solo mid there, I'd have been concerned. But the rotate was nice. Just make sure you don't give away a rifle. Now, this buy from Monte...
Oh, God.
I mean, do you like Galil's?
Well, the thing is, we know they've got the executes, and we know they're strong. Again, that was a great execute we saw some rounds prior on the B bomb site. The question is, do they have variations? Especially with those chain flashes, if it's going to be a mirror. And Cloud9 may have a better time of surviving it. So they've sacrificed the AK-47s for their util. Presence towards both bomb sites for now for Monte. Now they know where Shiro is. Some key information for them in the short term. Minute 15. 2 flashes for Monte. 1 molly. They wanted the util. They've used it to show presence, to deny information. You can see Buster and Electronic kind of want that information back as far as mid is concerned. Again, very hard to peek versus D squads. No walk for Waro though. May encourage them. So we're heading towards that 40-second mark, and they may just solve the puzzle. Will they be looked for?
Oh boy.
Oh, they've got the sound cues as
They've
well.
no idea.
He's going to get more than one here. He might even get 4 Electronic. Oh, they're in a very tight angle. Just a 1 from Electronic, actually. But he's got the info for the team. They can prepare. 30 seconds. Monte going to gamble. They're going to send it straight to a bomb site, maybe. Krasnal's been left in situ on B. He has mollies. He can show some presence. Oh, it's going to be the pinch. 20 seconds on the clock. A flash into the A bomb site. 4v2 as far as the B bomb site's concerned. There's the molly. Krasnal starting to clear. Now the numbers are here, but there's only 10 seconds to get this bomb plant, and there's one more frag to find on the Hobbit. There's the trade from Bro. Buster is very far away indeed. Shiro showing some presence, but can Buster play off of this in the meantime? He has to. 2v3 for Cloud9. They've got money mostly, so they can go for this one. Not going to be easy though. A tight duel with Demka, but Buster's got to find this kill. Otherwise they're done for. That's surely it for Shiro. Monte will move to 13.
Ouch. Even falling at the end there. What a recovery from Monte. Not much time for them to get back into that round, and I was surprised that Perfecto ended up peeking the wrong side there towards the site. I thought he was going to hear the steps behind him there, but he was looking the entire wrong way. And that opening makes such a difference onto the bomb site. You can see Hobbit was slinking back. I think maybe that's why Perfecto was scared of the other side. But those two B players not getting enough done on the hold. And Monte just used pace in the late round. They use a pack mentality to pick up their 13th round win. I can't tell if LMBT's hearing some yelling down the hall.
It looks like you want to see what's going on elsewhere, but
we're all Counter-Strike fans, man. We want to know who's winning.
You haven't done a job on this one just yet. I mean, it must be bizarre for him to hear somebody else screaming from somewhere else, where normally Demka is causing everybody's ears to ring. Maybe he will be if they prove successful on Anubis. Certainly more work to be done. Shiro's found another AWP. Noro's back on the sniper as well. So Monte back to full strength in round 24. C9 have held on to a fair chunk of their util. So if there's a slow round to be had from Monte, there's currently 4 smokes in the hands of Cloud9 with 1:20 on the clock.
Nice nade onto Waro. It's risky hanging around this position. Nades can fly at you anytime from the A site. Meanwhile, Cloud9 were focused on mid initially, but they didn't see enough there, and so they have rotated back to bomb sites. Question is, do they want more information? Because the longer you leave mid open, the more concerned you have to be of a flank or a split through that position. Molly's exchanged. You see that often in this area of the map. Monte still want map control across the board, though.
45 seconds. One of the 3 smokes just deployed by Cloud9. Buster's got one on the A bomb site. Shiro flashed off the angle. Not sure if Buster's going to have the time to deploy that, but Shiro can buy time with the incendiary. Again, the util for Cloud9, they've held on to this very deliberately. And this is going to cause big problems. There's that smoke for Buster with 26 seconds on the clock. And look how committed they are to this bomb site. There's nowhere else for them to go. They're going to have to run straight through this. Oh boy, this is going to be a painful one for Monte. Surely, how does Sundayang find that one? Shiro now dancing around the pillar, delivering bombs on the floor. And so much of Monte. 7 seconds to get this bomb plant. Not one, but 2 flanks. They can bait each other if they want to, Cloud9, as they move through. Waro and Krasnal. Krasnal's got to cover Waro at the same time, but they're keeping active. Waro in a 1v3, desperately trying to find an angle. Again, Cloud9 held onto their util and put Monte in a horrible position. As bad as it ended up being, it should have been even worse. The way they got that kill through that smoke is outrageous.
Yeah, honestly, if Cloud9 win this map, they might need to buy Shiro something nice, because he was left solo on the site with an AWP, with the whole team running at him. And look at the way he manufactures these angles. That's the first. Second makes sense, but then they try and jump up top, and he somehow adjusts just before the push comes in from the side. What a monster hold from csgo. It sets up Electronic for some easy kills. The bomb had only just been planted. They couldn't reposition. And Cloud9 bring it to within 2. This game really heating up now. And Monte thinking about upping the pace towards mid. Electronic chunked down to 45 health from the flames there.
Electronic's an animal, man. He's a hyena. Rabid and aggressive in this mid position especially. That second frag from csgo is so sick as well. Often when you see two people, you might shoot between them. It's a common problem, especially when your target selection has to be that fast. There's no doubt, no wavering with csgo whatsoever. And indeed, that fatal round from Monte. The shadow of that round looms large at present as they find trouble now converting what should be their map of Anubis.
I feel like we're seeing a lot of csgo backing up Buster on that A-bomb site. Maybe realizing the stand-in might need some help. It's such an important position to have a reliable rifler in. That is leaving mid exposed. Although csgo does have this tight angle as cover. Not easy to land that shot though. Monte make their move up mid and Cloud9 need to cover this.
Wow, they're in CT spawn. They're trying to buy on the wrong side of the map. Mollies are coming out and Electronic's got an angle. That's the bomb. He can call rotation now. They need to stay alive and get more CTs in these directions. Great angles for Cloud9. 4 on 2. Make it 3 now. Hobbit dropped. He's traded. Perfecto. Oh, he had to have that kill. That was such a good angle for him. But bro is an enigma. Waro 1 versus 2. 15 seconds to get a bomb plant. Might not find an angle for this. Buster denies him at perfect timing. Cloud9 trailed by 1. No bomb plant for Monte. Their money sucks.
Oh, this is going to get real close now. Cloud9 just having the ability to put that molly down, really stall Monte in their progress. That's the risk you run when you run this play, all from the same position. Cloud9 figure it out just in time. And then despite some incredible shots, bringing it somewhat close, there's just not enough time, not enough utility to get that bomb down when you've only got 1 man remaining. And look at what it means for Monte. Pistols, they should be comfortably dealt with at this range. Still want to give a shout out to Bro. Like, some of the kills he's getting are ridiculous. 21 kills for him. This guy's come out of nowhere as a rookie to play like this against Cloud9. Crazy. Might not be enough though. All right, Buster, we'll let you off on that one. You are the stand-in after all.
Target practice for csgo. They know Electronic's here. They know he's here. But what can they do about it? Nothing on this occasion. Cloud9 are threatening to take the lead on Anubis, a map which, by some measures, should already be over. But here we are. Sometimes a nightmare can turn into a full-blown horror film, and that's what Game 1 is feeling like for Monte at the moment.
Final timeout taken by Monte ahead of an all-important round. We were also talking earlier about how he was so impressed by Waro and how he started so well. Well, csgo's overtaken him with 24 kills. I think csgo oftentimes does a lot of his best work on the CT side. And especially when Monte have tried some of these late round plays, csgo's been there to deny. What is the call from Monte here though? They have not found much success recently on their T side. Some of their set plays earlier were successful. Felt like Cloud9 found a way to counter them. Do you go back to those set plays again? We're about to find out. Default spread early this time from Monte. Oh, they want this nade again. Krasnal is just going to look at it and see it landing.
I love that nade.
Yeah, it's good. I think when that smoke is up in towards sewer, I don't know if it's as effective, because you know there's not going to be an AWP really like holding that smoke. But it is a very good nade in general.
Again, util watch for Cloud9. Perfecto, Hobbit, Buster, the important men. There is time for Monte to challenge that util.
Again, Shiro helping Buster on A early, helping him get that map control for the CT side. Might be important map control.
Hobbit and Perfecto both have smokes and incendiaries on that B-bomb site. And Monte aren't challenging them just yet. Only Warrior has 2 flashes, really. So how do they squeeze out that util? 36 seconds.
Wow.
36 seconds remain. Perfecto and Hobbit both with incendiaries, but they're going for a walk. Demcut doesn't find a second player just yet. Bomb. Shiro's got the info as Monte have the bomb. So Cloud9 can focus on this one. Hobbit traded. Perfecto's used his util, but he's got a great angle. Look at that headshot from Demcut. A left-hand swing and a monstrous, urgent headshot from him. That was so necessary for Monte.
Cloud9 are hanging around, but no reason for Monte to give up anything here. Shiro missed shot. There's no way Cloud9 win this one, and the longer Shiro sticks around, the more chance he gets flanked. The CT economy is still good, so it won't be a massive issue. But what a round from Demka. He's another one of those players who, it never feels like he's a star player on Monte, but he'll come through with impact when he's needed. He's had a couple of maps where he's top frag for this team.
These guys are grimy in the best way. They will scrap for their rounds.
This is also a big round to win because now Cloud9 might have to reconsider. Okay, listen, they've had Shiro helping Buster on A in a lot of rounds, but that is going to leave B a little vulnerable sometimes. You know, even with all that utility, Cloud9's 2 B players can't hold the site. So do you want to run that 2-1-2 setup again, or do you want to send more reinforcements to B? It looks like Shiro wants to be B this round.
Hobbit's not home.
Yeah, you got to know about those nade lineups. Got to be dodging those on the B site.
I feel like Cloud9 have been absorbing the intentions of Monte as this half has progressed. And again, the late util usage has been a big part of that. Trying to put them in a horrible situation. But are Monte reading this? You can hear the exchange of util on that bomb site. No response to the flash.
You got to remember, Cloud9 have shifted this setup though. 3 rifles on the B site. That gives you a much better ability to line up those crossfires. Problem position is obviously mid. That's been left wide open. But there's still that utility for those Cloud9 players on B.
Yeah, you have to wonder if Monte are going to end up needing those miracle frags through smokes once again. They're setting up for the execute. The chain flashes will have to be spectacular. They've only got 4. But that might be plenty. The Hobbit may be looking to thwart this. He is a bit curious as they start to post up. Oh dear, Monte. That might be enough information. He's still holding his ground though, slowly slinking away. Will the incendiary come in time? The pre-fire from Perfecto. Again, that util is just a brick wall for Monte. And look at the rotation from the CTs. Look at the time it buys. The bomb's on the floor. And this is a horrible choke point. They're in a crossfire. Utter slaughter. Monte aren't adjusting. Again, Cloud9 are just holding on to that util. And then Monte don't have the choices. Oh, he's doomed. He dies after time. 2,900 and no rifle. Cloud9 understand what Monte are doing in terms of timing, and Monte are not adjusting back.
Couple of SDY's former teammates on that Cloud9 side. You do wonder whether that has something to do with it. I love the way Cloud9 did that, though. They go for that little peek in, and they know that Perfecto has the incendiary at the ready. And as long as that first player doesn't get some ridiculous kills, it's easy. Electronic's been stabbed in spawn, down to 70.
Wasn't me.
Buy is still here for Monte. Maybe the faster round is going to be the answer for them.
They have to understand what C9 have been doing. And indeed, the molly is here, but they're so good with this choke point. Hobbit has got 3, and surely that's enough. The reinforcements are here. Monte are outnumbered. I don't think they can adjust in time. They're going to lose their pick of Anubis.
Oh, it's looking like it at this rate. Cloud9 with a masterful comeback so far on this CT side. And now they just need one more round to steal Monte's map pick and to put Monte in a real high pressure scenario. Only 2 of the recent rounds have gone the way of Monte. These gun rounds have been so good for Cloud9. Hobbit just getting them in that choke point. And look at Monte's buy with the map on the line. This is all they get.
This is the test. Test of depth. Grit and cunning. And you've got to pull something out of the hat that you haven't necessarily prepared for. What is it you can get done? Trying to pull rotation. Cloud9 are in very good positions indeed. Hobbit. They knew how many numbers there were. He took a gamble and he's made the right one. A third man heading towards mid/A. As they will reorganize. Again, they are expected. Still 3 incendiaries in the hands of Cloud9. Monte are slaves to the utility of the CT side. And Hobbit is taking liberties. They know exactly where they're coming from. The choke points are going to be brutal. Again, the smoke, the HE. There are mollies if they want them ahead of the smoke. What can you do? Their choices are all being taken away. All their doors have been closed, but they still have 5 standing with just shy of a minute on the clock, Monte. There is still more. There's so much util for Cloud9 there. It's ridiculous. Even now, Perfecto over on the B bomb site, waiting with an incendiary. And Hobbit just griefing as well.
Easy kill for Hobbit. Buster flashed in. That could be the kill that Monte were looking for. They're going to explode onto A, but the rotate is here. Shiro lands the shot, and Hobbit's here alongside him. Shiro goes down. Whoa! Overperforming with the Galil, and suddenly the round's back in the balance.
Oh, but that Molly's going. Oh, look at Bro. He's got 8 HP to plant this bomb. And now there were 2 to combine together. They've got 26 stereo frags for Cloud9. They have stolen